Hey Troy, sorry about that. I was trying to find the right Zoom feature to raise my hand. All these months later, still trying to figure it out. Um, can you expand a little bit about some of the resilience and the mindset of the defense the last couple of weeks, knowing that you guys were overcoming a couple of turnovers on the other side, and then yesterday in particular, just holding the field goals against a couple of those long drives.
Yeah, I mean, we play the opportunities that are presented to us, and the tougher the situation, the better the opportunity we see it for ourselves. So just another opportunity to stand up close to the end zone. So that's how we look at it every day.
Thanks.
Kevin?
Hey, Troy. You guys are on a 5-game winning streak, but it seems like it's been anything but a joyride, right down to a tough game yesterday. How do you feel the team is kind of heading for the playoffs? Or is this the right way to go into the postseason?
Yeah, I think so. Little 5-game win streak. But like you said, it hasn't been all smooth sailings. We've dealt with injuries, COVID, different random things along the way. And at the end of the day, we've figured out how to get 5 straight wins in the win column. So that's really the only stat or thing that really matters is those wins, and just trying to get another one Sunday and then keep it rolling through the playoffs.
And then on the other side of the ball, we were just talking with Cooper Kupp. Nobody is surprised that he says his priority is to win the game. It's not records. It's not, the receiving Triple Crown. But how do you view that as a teammate and a fellow player about the priorities going into a final game?
Yes, absolutely the same thing. And it's cool along the way. You see, teammates hit milestones, and your team as a whole hit milestones that are really important and really cool. But at the end of the day, I think that's what's really cool about guys like Cooper, guys like Aaron, guys that have been hitting these milestones, and Stafford, and it's all about the wins, and that's what they care about the most. So that's kind of a contagious thing, and I think that's how the whole team and staff feels right now.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Thanks, Troy.
Stu?
Hey, Troy, just how do you feel going into this weekend? The chance to, play it, not only you're playing at home, but also just with everything that's at stake, chance to clinch the number 2 seed, obviously the division as well. What's that feeling like as a player when you have the opportunity to potentially accomplish all those things at home at SoFi Stadium?
Yeah, pretty exciting. We've kind of had our foot in that race the last couple of years, and I've never won the West, so I would like to do that personally, and I know there's a lot of us that are in that same boat. So that's the small part of just getting the win Sunday, and then all that other stuff kind of takes care of itself. And it would be nice to kind of roll through the playoffs in SoFi, but we'll do whatever we have to do. So.
And then I asked Vaughn about this last week, but just when you think about the way the defense has played over the last 5 games, month plus, that stretch, what stands out as far as just maybe any common threads or defining moments that, kind of sticks out in your mind as far as how you guys have played and been able to pull these performances together?
Yeah, I think just as a whole, it feels like we've become a really close unit over the last couple of weeks. And, throughout that pretty rough November, felt like we just kind of fell back on, let's get back to what we do, and, what makes us really good. And, we've had players leave, players get hurt, new players come in, superstar caliber guys that, I think a guy like Vaughn's really hitting his stride. And that move he had to kind of end the game was, Super Bowl MVP-esque, which was really cool to see. And, I think he's played better and better within our system every week, along with everybody. And that's the whole thing, is just playing as a team. And, special teams is making big plays, offense doing their thing. And that's what's been really fun about not just the defensive side, but everybody all together kind of becoming that team that we knew we were.
And then lastly, for me, it looked like, your good friend Danny Feltwell was also at the game this past Sunday. Just what did that mean to you to have him there? Because I think he was going to be at a home game at one point. Maybe plans had changed.
Yeah, he was supposed to be out here for the Seattle game on a Sunday, and we actually got him out here, and the game got pushed back to Tuesday, and he had an oncology appointment on Tuesday back home in Delaware, so he had to head back. So had to make sure he got to a game, and it was a really good one. Always a little extra motivation having him there. So
Thank you. Appreciate it.
yep.
Lindsay.
Hey, Troy, what has been such a challenge for you guys with the 49ers over the last couple of years?
They're just a really good balanced team. They run the ball well. They take care of the football. They're good special teams, good defense. They've taken the ball away. We haven't had a lot of takeaways. So, I think, it's always a dogfight. I feel like a lot of these games could have gone either way, and just the last couple have not gone our way. So, we just got to, stick to what we do and take care of business.
With the division on the line, I'm sure that's plenty of motivation as it is, but is it kind of wild to think you guys play 17 games and it's going to come down to this final game against a division rival?
It is crazy. You see like some other divisions that, are 3-4 games ahead of the next closest team. And here we are kind of 3 or 4 straight years, right? Where it's like, come on, man, we got to win 15 games to win the division. Like what? And, but that does make it fun. All of our division games are super competitive, really good teams. It's hard to believe kind of the year that Seattle's had. I mean, that's a great team with Russell Wilson. And, they've lost a lot of close ones, but every one of these games are always really good and exciting. And it's a fun division to play in.
Thanks, Troy.
Kevin.
Troy, I just wanted to circle back. You talked about how close-knit the defense has become. So what happens when there's an incident like what we saw early in yesterday's game? How does a close unit kind of handle that?
I mean, I think you kind of saw how we handled it was the next play was kind of forgotten about, and, just I played college football with my brother. Like we probably argued more than anybody else on the team. So, that stuff kind of happens. And it all just comes from being ultimate competitors and, wanting to be the best and all that stuff that goes into it. So, we know that's kind of part of the game and on to the next play. So,
But when it's happening, aren't you saying, holy?
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like funny at first because it's like, like this, sometimes it happens at practice, like you don't want it to happen, but you understand, it's 2 really, really good players. And, sometimes you don't know exactly what's going on right at the exact moment, but it all comes from, wanting the defense to be the best it can be, wanting each other to be the best they can be, and, just fix it and move on.
Yeah. Thanks for addressing that.
We're wrapped with Jordan.
Hey, Troy, I know how much special teams matters to you, and you had a really striking quote it must have been several weeks ago now, when there was some inconsistency about guys buying in.
Mm-hmm.
Now it seems that not only are you guys consistent in that phase, but there's also positive impact plays being made. What was the catalyst there, and how did you guys finally start to sort of turn the corner? And from an outside perspective, it appears that buy-in is happening.
Yeah, I think part of it is we got a really good guy, Brandon Powell, who has given us a lot of life. And when you have somebody back there, I know it's the same on offense. When you got somebody slinging the football or running the football, like you just strain a little bit harder. And then guys, I think have just bought into Jody's scheme. You know, we've had a new special teams coordinator here all my 3 years. Everybody's got their own little things that they do differently. Not anyone any better or worse than the other, but different. So, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit of adjustment, and you know, you're seeing some guys really put it together right now. And I think that punt return last week against Minnesota was kind of all encompassing of a lot of guys who, you know, maybe early in the year weren't very experienced special teams players, making some blocks that were super technical. You know, you've no idea how hard it is to make a full speed block against another player running full speed, not get a single block in the back call, no holds. You know, every single guy just formed the wall, even blocked the punter. So really cool stuff. And, you know, those guys got a little bit that taste of victory that, you know, now they believe, you know, we can return at any given play. So that's really exciting.
I see your face kind of light up as you're talking about it too. Has this been a personal investment for you, a personal point of pride as well?
Yeah, it really has been. You know, I was kind of joking. I was a little upset I wasn't out there for the first return in 3 years for a touchdown that we got. But you know, it all kind of depends on what my role is on defense that week and whatnot. But you know, at the same time, the guys that went in for me, and you know, have had to go in for guys like Nick Scott at times when he's playing a lot of safety, and you're seeing these guys show up in you know, great ways that, you know, they did it on the scout team against us, and now they are moved up and are kind of doing it live in action on Sundays. It's really cool.
Thanks, Troy.
Mm-hmm.